Hello everyone, and welcome to my first replay analysis. Today I made a thread on Reddit asking people to upload replays that they want me to analyze, and I think this is actually the first person that uploaded something, and I thought I would reward that by picking that replay, even if I think it's like Diamond Random Player. Of course, it's always a bit problematic to analyze like the replays of a random player because he has an advantage of his opponent not knowing his race at the beginning, and so it plays out a bit different. But still, I quickly had a look at the replay, and I think many people probably can learn like some like fundamental things about like playing an efficient build. I think that's like what this will mostly be about, because I noticed that the beginning build was very inefficient actually. So anyway, let's jump right into the replay. Let me just check how this works. So it's ZvP on Ohana. I will leave the vision on him. So first off, I'm not sure whether he planned to go hedge first at first, but he's built his pool at 300 minerals. And I don't know what's up with that. I mean, the scout came in at 200 minerals, and he saw the scout like coming in with his overlord, so he should have just built the pool at 200 minerals. Generally, I would not recommend to try to go for a hedge first if there's an early scout. Just build your pool at 14 or 15. It's not a big difference. I go with 15 right now, but you can use 14, and that doesn't really matter. Anyway, so he built his pool like to 100 minerals late, which is already a small disaster. But let's continue. So he builds one more drone. He knows that there's a scout around here, and here's the next mistake. He does not keep building drones because now he wants to put down his treachery. Like really, I mean, his pool is already late, so let's at least build the hatchery. But this is very greedy, and it should never work, because if Protoss sees that your drone is going down here, like many good Protoss players, they will just put down a pylon to block you. And if you did not continue to build drones up here, then you actually end up having a disadvantage. You see, he already has 2 larvae here, which he could turn into drones. Now his opponent makes the mistake that he fights the drone. This is a big mistake by his opponent. He just run in circles, and the probe would take almost no damage because the attack animation of the drone is very bad. Like, it will often cancel mid-animation while attacking because the probe gets out of range. Or the probe should just build a pylon. Like, just build a pylon and go away would be the best here. Because Zerg built the pool late, I don't know whether he saw that. He has larva saved up, which is also bad because this could be 2 drones more already. I would always build drones here personally. It's perfectly okay to send down the drone here and try to force a pylon out, or reduce the hit points of the probe, or try to make the probe go away. But at the same time, you need to build up to 16 drones and then build an overlord. You can't hope that your opponent will let his probe die, which is what happens in this game. Now I'm not sure whether he would have won that fight. Anyway, like, his opponent just made a big blunder here, like getting his probe killed and not simply building a pylon here. Like, he should have just built a pylon, honestly. And now he suddenly builds the drones he should have built like a long time ago. So yes, I think he should have just built to 16 drones, then built an overlord, and then yeah, building the overlord first now is okay. And now build a queen, yes, okay. Now we see opponent went for a forge in the main, probably because he played random. Now let's check what our friendly friend is doing. He's building gas. Okay, this is the next big mistake in my opinion. There's simply no reason to get such an early gas against a forge opening unless you want to all in. But to all in, this gas is too late. Like, I don't think you can do anything with it. And we will see later how big of a problem this gas is causing him. Next thing, the scouting probe died, and opponent is going for forge expansion, as we can see. He built the forge up here for safety, I guess, and then the pylon down here. I think it's a mistake to build even a second pair of Zerglings. Just build 1 pair of Zerglings to control the watchtower and to search for probes around this area here. basically everywhere. And don't waste your money on more Zerglings than that. And with this overload, he should be checking here what's going on. Not like this overload should go here to check whether maybe if the cannon is very late, you can build more Zerglings. Now he's building a third pair of Zerglings already, and he took gas. So basically his economy is mega screwed already. He should, well, have 3 drones more by this point. 2 Zerglings less would be 2 drones more, and the extractor not taken would be another drone more. And now he just blindly runs over the map with his Zerglings, hoping that the cannon is too late. But in my opinion, that's very bad play. Like, you shouldn't just like run over the map and hope that cannon is late, because, well, -1 Zergling, nothing happened. Now, next thing, he took another base, but he only has 14 drones right now, and he's mining gas. And he keeps mining gas. Like, if you take an early gas, you should definitely pull out the drones once you have mined 100 gas, and then just research speed. But he took an early gas, way too early in my opinion. Let's pause this for a moment. And then now he doesn't even research speed in time. So that was completely pointless to take this gas. And I think he should have waited until like 6 minutes. Just go for the standard, take 2 gases at 6 minutes, or a little after 6 minutes is also okay. And right now we see the third base is halfway done. But why do we even have a third base? I mean, do we really need this hatchery? Do we have too few larvae? No, 3 larvae here, 2 larvae here. The queen at the natural isn't even done yet, because there were no resources for it, because he took early gas, built too many links, mined too much gas, and the main base is not saturated. As you can see, there's 11 drones at the minerals in the main, but for some reason, there's already 4 drones down here, which I think he transferred down. Next thing, run by with 4 links here. I think it's very questionable. I would rather like just keep the links, because of those 4 links, 2 will die, another one might get damaged, and with 2 links you don't do all too much. I think it's an okay play, especially because his opponent misreacts, but generally I'm not sure. You have to see, he is at 18 drones now, and his opponent at 25 probes. So we can see that his beginning build order is very inefficient, in fact. Now let's keep looking on. Now finally the queen here spawned. There's no rally point here because he was microing his Zerglings. Zerglings died anyway. Now, still, main base is not saturated. We are 6 minutes in and the main base is not saturated. There are still only 13 drones at the minerals. He has 250 fucking gas and now started researching the Zergling speed. But why is there 160 gas? That could be 160 minerals over here, which would be 3 more drones. Or actually more than that, because, well, the drones that he could have built a bit earlier already would have already mined some minerals, so this would be a difference of like 4 or 5 drones more if there wasn't so much gas over here. And that gas is like 0 use right now, because we don't want to go to layer tech already. Yeah. I don't know why the rally point goes down here, because, I mean, the drones, they'd like drive all the way down here, and then they start mining, but they could just drive over here and start mining, and the efficiency is the same. It's just that they drive over there for no reason. So I guess he, I guess he put down the creep tomer because he had so much energy on his screen already. Then here, there's no reason to rally your drones over here. Just rally them over here. Now he notices that too. Good job. Okay, I guess he noticed that his main was not well saturated. Now, the timing of the layer tech is like okay-ish. One problem though, because he lost the early Zerglings, he has 0 map vision right now. Like, there's no Zergling here, no Zergling here, and, well, the Zealot here is causing problems now, because, well, the Zerglings died early, so they can't kill the Zealot. And now the queens, I guess he wanted to defend with his queens. I'm sorry if my camera view is a bit hectic. Also, if you build an Evo chamber, like, just build a Roach Warren at the same time. I mean, I would also build the Roach Warren earlier than the Evo chamber in general, because Roach Warren you might need. Next thing, this overlord here, it doesn't see that much. You need an overlord here or here, and you need an overlord here to see whether your opponent has gases taken. Like this overlord is not as important. I would rather have this overlord over here than have it here. I mean, ideally you want to have two overlords, one to see the gases and one to fly into the main base at some point. Still, watchtower here not taken. Is there... I mean, you see, he has a lot of gas right now, but he doesn't need that gas. Now he built infestation pit and Nidos network. Wow, that abomination of a build could have come straight out of TLO's brain. I don't know what this is. That seems very tricky. I mean, still no Roadrunner. Like, you just build a Roadrunner against Zerg. Against Protoss, sorry. Like, you really need those roaches in many situations, so I think it's very bad to skip it. He's researching Carapace. I guess this is like Ling Infester with a Nidos network. Wow, that seems very tricky and like weird, I guess. No, the Queen goes into the Nidos network. Aha, so he wants to draw. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, this is just like some kind of weird ass tricky shit that should never work, because by 10 minutes Protoss usually is down here already. So yeah, this works because the Protoss is very slow with expanding and in general very slow with his build. But against a better player, like, I don't know, this just doesn't work. And also, like most Protoss players, they just go for like Robo plus 4-gate expansion if they do expand. And then they have an observer to easily kill all that off, and then you just wasted 300 gas, 200 minerals. And yeah, okay, now he builds a lot of spine crawlers here. I don't know about this. I mean, if the opponent goes for like a 2-base push and kills off all this, he's still ahead, like even if he survives. So I'm not sure whether it makes a lot of sense to just survive on 2 bases. Drones are driving back and forth. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I mean, there's no ramp here. Melee units can't come here. Yes. What is this? I mean, he could just put 2 overlords here if he's afraid of warp prisms coming. But, I mean, those spine crawlers don't even defend the drones. They are just standing here and are wasted money. So now his opponent killed the Nidos Worm. Probably his observer is a bit out of position right now. So it actually ends up delaying the expansion a bit. So for some reason he also has 5 queens. I'm not entirely sure yet why. No, the Cryptomers are dead. And as you can see, Protoss is ahead in supply right now. Well, that is partly because there's 8 spine crawlers that don't make all too much sense to me. They should at least be like in the front here, and if there was creep here, maybe here, to defend like both the third and the natural. Okay, and now, oh, his opponent failed to pull the probes to deny the Nidos Worm. Okay, I mean, that's super big fail by his opponent. Yeah, now at this stage, the Zerg player is ahead, I think. But, I mean, this kind of move, I think it's not good. You should not, like, hope that your opponent does not see the Nidos Worm in his base. Because, honestly, Nidos Worm is countered by probes. If his opponent just does like this, like he draws a box, and then he presses A, and then he left-click next to the Nidos Worm, then it's already dead. Because, well, probes do enough damage to kill it in time. So, yes, like, I don't know, like, that kind of play is just like a big gamble, like hoping that his opponent is too stupid to notice it. And I mean, it works on diamond level and such, but if you want to like get to masters or grandmasters, you should not try to like make plays that only rely on your opponent making a stupid mistake, because that's simply not something that works long term. You should try to play in a way that like it actually works because you play better and not just because your opponent made a stupid mistake against what you did. Yes, and well, now the infestors have low energy because they dropped all the infested Terrans in his opponent's base, and that's why they can't defend against this push anymore right now. Also, he should have pulled all his drones in this fight, actually. That would have helped a lot, and if the 3 spine crawlers were like here instead of the main base, maybe he would have held it. I mean, it was fairly close, actually. But their spine crawlers defending... I don't know what they are defending, but they are defending something. Yes. Yes, I think I will actually... I will finish it with for now. Yeah, to summarize, you should keep building drones. You should not hope that your opponent does not pylon block your hatchery. I would always like go to 16 drones, then build the overload. And if you then like manage to kill the probe or make it go away, then just build the hatchery after the overload. Or if the probe just goes away for whatever reason, you can build it before the overload, but don't like just hope that your opponent does not build that pylon at your natural, because if you like put so much hope into that and then he just decides to put that annoying pylon down, well then suddenly like your whole build is thrown off and you actually ended up playing a very inefficient build. The next thing, taking early gas, early third base, building 6 circlings, that just doesn't work. Like if you want to play like a longer game, like if you build early speed and 6 circlings, like that's kind of like an all-in. And as you saw, like I can go back to it maybe. But when this third base was done, I will actually quickly fast forward this. When the third base was done, let's see. So you want that additional hatchery to build more drones and to have more mineral fields available for your saturation. But let's look. The third base is done, but there's only 27 drones. That's in like 27 drones. That's what you need to saturate a little more than 1 base, but not 3 bases. So like the hatchery is done. We don't have money to build anything with the larva from here because we have enough larva from those 2 hatcheries. There's 2 injects popping soon, and those larva will be more than enough to spend all our money. There's no mineral fields here that we need because, well, we don't even have enough drones in the natural and in the main to saturate the minerals fields there. And so there's no reason to even, for the existence of this hatchery, it's completely useless. It doesn't do anything, which means that the build is inefficient because you can't have like things in your build that just don't do anything. I mean, you might as well like build a hatchery like here. I mean, it's gives some creep spread in front of your opponent's base and he will be a bit like confused or something like that. I mean, I'm exaggerating now, obviously, but honestly, like that's the best way like to analyze. Like if you notice like something like a building is finished and it just doesn't do anything for you, then you shouldn't have built it in the first. Ah, fuck that shit. Actually, I changed the camera view. I'm sorry about that. Okay, now you heard the little rant in first person or whatever you want to call that. Anyway, like again, like here's 27 drones and well, the hatchery, we don't need the larva because the injects are finishing soon, and we don't need the mineral fields because, well, there's not enough drones here. And I mean, maybe you could build the hatchery like as a fake to make your opponent think that you're not all-inning, but well, we're not doing that either. So yeah, the hatchery just has no use, and so there's a problem in the build somewhere, and I would say the problem is that the gas was taken so early, and that there were 6 links built early on, and that also the second queen was built very late. So anyway, enough with the ranting. I hope you liked the first episode of my, well, I don't know how to call this thing, but let's just call it replay analysis. And yes, please feel free to upload more replays. Sorry to fjafjan if I was a bit harsh with you. I don't take it personal. I just like to rant a bit and such. Anyway, yes. Follow me on Twitter at @DarKFoRcE. Forgot to say that one. And post more replays in my Reddit thread. See you sometime soon, hopefully. You know how it goes with my motivation for videos. I hope I can keep it up better. with this little. It's not a project, but whatever. Goodbye.